And hello everybody, we're the SpiffyNeedleGeeks, and after a bit of a delay, due to the recent events that occurred with Oddworld Soulstorm and Oddworld Apes Exodus at the time, it's high time I finally got around to showing this game off of the channel. I'm Supersonic407 along with Brawlfan1 and RoushutsuRises, and this is Deadpool, the video game.
This is a terrible idea.
Why? What's so bad about Deadpool?
Nothing's wrong with the character inherently, it's just how people react to Deadpool that I'm worried about.
No, it's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's no big deal. Alright, but yes, as you guys recall, if you guys saw earlier, this was developed by High Mood Studios, who, for those who don't know, were very popular from the various line of Transformers games. Like, I believe Transformers War for Cybertron was one, and, oh god, there was one other Transformers game. It was like a more recent one. It was like another beat-em-up, but I can't quite put my finger on it. But yeah, basically they're well known for Transformers games, and surprisingly enough, they got the rights to do their own. They got the rights to make a video game about Deadpool, which is something a lot of people have been asking for quite some time, or whatever. Oh man.
You know, that's like, I've actually never played this game. I remembered when it came out and everything, because this was around the time, I was just starting to learn a little bit about the character, mainly through Realm Wars, and I was like, oh, this would be a good opportunity to, dive into the character, and that never happened, so really, I'm just going off of the movie. And I love the fuck out of that movie.
Oh, yeah, the movie was fantastic.
What are you waiting for? Your video isn't really buffering, it's just some animated GIF.
Oh, fucking hell.
There we go. Anyway, sorry to interrupt your little recording session, but I just felt the need to just stop by and say, hi, hello, welcome to my video game. I mean, granted, you're 2 years late to the party, but that's okay. Better late than never, I guess. Now, considering that your token black friend has been out and about for the longest time, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume it's you other three who are watching this right now. So aside from Mr. Brawlfan1 and Supersonic407, oh god, what the fuck is up with that name, dude? That's so lame. You, Ms. Roushutsu, I just got word that you've never seen my game in action before. Well, this ought to be interesting because this is basically like me taking your virginity, only with more of you watching my game and less of my penis in your vagina. Hey, we'll talk about that at a later date. So,
oh my
hey, if you're not recording this and have some free time, hey, call me. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on for too long. I mean, I got a tight schedule. I have a sequel still in the works, so I gotta get back to doing that. Just thought I'd go ahead and say, have fun with my game, don't cause any trouble or anything, and try to make sure your buddy Ryan over here doesn't act like a total noob while you're watching this gameplay. Have fun, kiddies!
Okay.
There was a reason why you didn't want Russell to be involved in this immediately.
I wanted Brandon to be a part of this. What are you talking about? Don't look at me. That was not my doing. God damn it. So, yeah, after that, welcome to Deadpool's house, or more so, his apartment.
So, I got another contract for you if you're interested. The coin is good, so...
But yeah, I as I was saying before, like, the story of the movie, Danny, actually does kind of retell Deadpool's story. It's not really accurate to what was told in the comics, which is what this game is going off of. So you will notice some notable differences.
Okay.
And I'll try my best to be sure to point those out if they come up.
Fine by me.
Alright, so basically, I guess at one point, Deadpool tried to pitch in a big game idea to High Mood Studios himself, but they just denied it. But oh, well, that's one way to convince them.
Hey, Peter. Dickhead. Remember when I called you earlier and told you no? I'm such a joker, because I meant yes, of course. The new proposal you sent over this morning went off with a big bang in the office today. Genius.
Oh, God.
Coming up, congratulations. Let's make a video game.
See? Once again, our explosive personality wins the day. High five! No high five.
So they didn't really make a video game. They made a giant meme.
Banging away on a script right now. As soon as it's ready, we'll send it right over.
Script?
There we go. Anyway, it's like, in a matter of speaking, I'm really glad that it's like, I'm glad there's like at least one of us in this group that has not seen this game in action, because I'm not gonna lie, it's like, okay, this is seeing as how this is Deadpool we're talking about, the humor is there, alright? But I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, you see it like once or twice, it'll be like funny as hell. But then if you play it more times after that, you'll be like, okay, I know exactly where this joke is going, and it's not nearly as funny anymore.
Well, not even necessarily. Like there are funny parts, but like there are points where there is a lot of hit and miss with the humor, and a lot of it is very forced, unfortunately. Because keep in mind, this is Deadpool we're talking about. He is the fourth wall breaking character, but because of that, I feel like when people try to write a story with Deadpool, they tend to take way too many, what's the word I'm looking for? Liberties, I guess?
Risks?
No, liberties is probably the right word. They take way too many liberties with this character.
What's that? You guys tracking my every move now? But I haven't even accomplished anything in this game yet. And there's another one. Oh! So it's gonna be one of those games, huh?
Okay, so before we get into like the big tutorial on how combat works, it's time to explore Deadpool's apartment. For those who don't know, yes, Deadpool also has Deadpool has a dog.
Sit tight, and I won't have to shoot you.
Unfortunately, this is also going to be a very complicated commentary as well for us, because there are obviously going to be very many points where we're going to see Deadpool doing something, and that's kind of disrupt the flow of how we talk.
Oh God, it's like,
what is that in this tub?
Ooh.
Tar?
Rubber. Is it tar? I mean, I was gonna say rubber ducks, but okay, that works too.
It's black.
Fine. You asked for this. Hundreds of... Oh!
Oh God.
I love the ones that make you sweat.
God, fun fact, this is like one of those cases where it's like, when the game gives you the options to like either
Why would anybody want to see that?
to do like options A and B or whatever, you can actually just leave it there and just have Deadpool do some more witty commentary. Case in point, you could just literally have Deadpool still just sitting there on the toilet with his dick out and shit. And he'll just be like, yeah, you gonna play my game anytime soon, you perv? Alright, but
Proceed to eat through the mask.
Through, did I?
yeah, it's like I'm sure Deadpool is like, okay, don't make me eat this fucking pizza. I saw my mask on, you idiot.
He did just say that though, like a lot. There are going to be a lot of sight gags that are very intentional, and of course Deadpool's going to call a lot of them out, which again, for the most part, does kind of detract from the character, I think, because you know the phrase, the joke isn't funny if it has to be explained, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of that in this game.
Okay.
Right.
What's this?
Like, my apologies if I seem a little pessimistic from the get-go. Like, I do really like Deadpool. I like the character Deadpool, though I've seen this game in action many, many times from multiple people. Gotta say, even from the first time I watched the game, like, it just didn't really draw me in.
Damn beer. Healing factor won't let me get drunk anyway.
Yeah. Oh, right, that is true. No, I can understand where you're coming from. I mean, it's like, oh God, what was it? I guess it's like another case where it's like you have to have like that kind. I mean, for the most part, you gotta have that kind of sense of humor to really get into the kind of fourth wall breaking shenanigans that is Deadpool's character or whatnot. But at the same time, though, it's like, as someone who's like, yeah, a really big Deadpool fan, no, I can see why at times it's like, you know, at one point it's like, yeah, it can be like just a little bit forced at times.
Like I said, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't care for this game. Like there are many other mediums that Deadpool's involved in where I really love the like the movie was phenomenal. I loved the movie for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where it was like I said, like I was hoping that this was going to be my first foray into the character, and I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I just never got around to getting this game.
Listen, I had a different take on it. Maybe we just make you know, maybe it's an alternative type of Deadpool. You know, it's somebody that's like, forget the boobs. Let's just
Like if I'll be completely honest, like I think watching this playthrough for of the game for you, Danny, probably will be a good enough experience of the game for you.
Okay. I mean, hey, I'm all up for it. I mean, it's like what you're saying is true, that, you know, this is following, you know, more so like, I guess, the comic continuity as opposed to the game, as opposed to the movie. It's like, yeah, man, I'm game.
Let's see what's
I said that joke right there was actually, as an animator, was a little humorous because all models are all 3D models are technically just these hollow shapes. So that, as an animator, that one I found humorous.
It's like, obviously this was made by a junior artist, and then on the shelf it's like property of BJ. Wait, what? God damn it!
If this game had a shame meter, it'd be full right now.
Oh god.
Put our penis in that, are we?
Spoiler alert, no the fuck we're not. Alright, well, well, anyway, even somebody's at the door, but fuck that shit, let's just surf the internet.
I love the internet because it's just like me.
God, that old ass dinosaur sound.
Overflowing with perversion and stupidity.
I've heard stories and legends of what they call AOL.
How do I update my status to erect? Another friend request from Ryan? Doesn't this guy ever get the hint? How do I update my status to bored shit?
Oh, bruh!
How about I show you one of
That
my
asshole!
comics?
No, you heard that, right? It's like, fucking shit, man. Here I am just trying to send this guy a friend request, and he just... oh, that's how he oh, okay, I see how it is, Deadpool.
Look at all
God damn it.
this fine weaponry.
Okay, anyway, I'm sorry, you were saying?
Starting to get the feeling that
My
no
grandmother
love
had a
is
dog.
what is
Had an old dog simulator where you can just take care of a dog on the computer.
No.
Oh.
Though there was an option in the game to change the dog's color, and she would actually get upset with us if we did. So.
Huh.
Our speech bubbles don't appear above our head when we sleep, right?
Are you kidding? No. Ooh, that would be embarrassing.
Okay, you know what, I might as well go and just say this right now. I mean, it's like, okay, I apologize in advance if, like, okay, for starters, this is the Xbox One version, and the subtitles in this version, unlike the 360 and PS3 versions, the subtitles are small, so...
Let's see what's on TV today.
I can already assure you,
Jesus!
your intent.
Hey, remember when Brandon used to upload on this channel? Me neither. Okay, let's actually watch something that's worth watching.
Deadpool.
Yeah, but anyway, okay, anyway, but yeah, it's like, yeah, going back to the whole subtitle thing, yeah, it's like, I honestly have no idea why. It's like, okay, in the Xbox or PS3, and I can only imagine the PC version, the subtitles are at a relatively decent size, so it'll be, I can only imagine for the most part it'd be easier to read for most people who are either playing or watching the game on YouTube or whatnot, like right now, for instance. But with the Xbox One and PS4 version, I don't know if it has anything to do with, like, the resolution that's going on. I mean, seeing as how we're dealing with current-gen consoles here and shit. Yeah, they decided to downsize it, so... I don't know, it's...
Yeah. That's actually one of the reasons why I've been really hesitant on wanting to even try and bring Mass Effect onto the channel. It's just because the subtitles are so goddamn tiny.
Underwear? Are you trying to say underwear?
Hello, sir. I have a package that...
Also, because Danny, you completely dismissed it. That little clip we just saw on Deadpool's television, that was effectively like a super abridged version of his backstory.
Oh, okay.
Which you saw the movie, so like you know kind of a gist for what happened. Though, yeah, there were some parts that they kind of left out. Like for example, the fact that his healing factor, you know, that wasn't given to him, you know, by unlimited torture. That was actually injected into him at the very beginning, and it stemmed from Wolverine's DNA.
Oh, okay.
And they did that to him so that way, while they torture him in Weapon X, he would be perfectly fine and be able to heal everything they did to him.
Okay.
And that's kind of a result, and that kind of what resulted into his psychosis, why he's so crazy and the way he is. His skin deformity though was actually a different story. Because as I'm sure you also remember, like, and this was mentioned in the movie, he has cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The skin deformities was not created by some random machine. The skin deformities are a result of the cancer. The problem is his healing factor is keeping him alive, but he still technically has cancer. So that slowly just fucked up his skin, and it's still technically fucking him up.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
He's basically like at a perpetual standstill with the illness.
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, his healing factor is trying to heal his body, like, at literally as fast as the cancer is trying to kill him. So yeah, just like what BJ explained, hence why the skin deformity and shit.
Okay.
Because obviously, you know how cancer works. Typically, it'll kill its host, long before it, like long before you get into any, really extreme noticeable anything noticeable within appearance, aside from losing weight or getting pale or even losing your hair. This is kind of, so pretty much the cancer itself has kind of just spread throughout all of Deadpool's body, and the healing factor won't get rid of it, but it just kind of keeps him alive.
Right.
So this is our tutorial, basically?
Yeah, I was literally about to get into that. So yeah, after all the shenanigans that happened in Deadpool's apartment, yeah, this is where we're officially getting into the tutorial when it comes to combat and such. Now, one thing I should probably mention, in fact, I probably should have mentioned this like at the very beginning or whatever, but as you guys have seen, like, as we were going around Deadpool's apartment and such, you may have noticed that some achievements have been unlocking. Let's just say, considering how many times I played this game, like, in the past, and even, like, when I was doing multiple test playthroughs of this game, I decided to go ahead and challenge myself and, try to see if I can unlock as many achievements as I can while playing through this game. And like I said, this is the Xbox One version that I'm playing, so technically this is the first time I've ever while I'm recording this is technically the first time I'm playing this on my Xbox One. So yeah, a little fun fact for you. Now you may have already noticed that they keep saying, okay, mix up your combos with the X and Y button, or press the B button to do a counterattack or teleport and shit. No, I decided not to do that, because here's the thing. Deadpool and the voices in his head are gonna get into more detail about this, like, actually relatively soon, as a matter of fact. But this revolves around more of an upgrade-like system, and as you guys clearly can tell, it's like a combo system or whatnot. It's basically like, the higher the combos, the more, Deadpool points you accumulate, which is basically like the game's currency, and with those points, you get to unlock upgrades for not just Deadpool himself, but for his various weapons that he has at his disposal, other side weapons like grenades and bear traps, and a bunch of really cool stuff.
Boing. Boing.
Oh, by the way, Bounce House.
Yeah, this is
only Deadpool would be this entertained in a bounce house.
This is an example of one of those jokes that was kind of just thrown in there for no fucking reason. Only because it's Deadpool.
I remember the trailer because this actually made me freaking laugh. Was like, when they were first advertising and everything, he mentioned like, bouncing. And he blows up the bounce house, and then like then it switches over to some chick with huge boobs, and the camera like zooms in on her tits, and he goes, "More bouncing." That had me rolling because I was just like, my
Bouncy.
God.
More bouncy.
It's like, God damn it,
Yeah, I remember
Deadpool.
Yeah.
You see, it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, they tried doing the trailer like that today. So many people be fucking livid. And I'm just sitting here. It's like, just shut up and enjoy the funny.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like, because tits can be funny.
That also said, I absolutely despise the kind of section that there was before. Like that whole tutorial section where we're literally in just one room, random moves came out of nowhere, and it was just telling you how to play the game. I cannot stand sections like that because it's just such a random standstill. I always love it whenever games incorporate their tutorials into like their first level, into their gameplay.
Yeah.
Like I can't stand it when they stop the whole game for shit like that.
Also, like, case in point, like, right when Deadpool was saying, press the A button while you're up against a wall to perform a wall jump. Like, shit like that.
Well, yeah, like, this is still this section is kind of more of an example of, yeah, what I'm talking about, where, you know, they incorporate the gameplay into their first level. But when they kind of just stop everything, when they stop everything in the beginning just to teach you everything, like, I don't know, that's a little irritating to me.
Yeah, it's like,
right,
I mean, that's like, you know, I guess, like, off the top of my head, like, you know, like, are you thinking more along the lines, like, are you thinking like Sly Cooper, where, like, you know, Bentley will chime in and tell you, you know, you need to do this?
Yeah, like I can appreciate games where, you know, where an ability, like, it's kind of weird how it works. Like, I kind of get annoyed when there are games where there's no good. I'm having such a hard time explaining this. I just much prefer it when games explain, you know, features of your gameplay, you know, while you're progressing in the game. Like, I guess really probably the best example that I can think of for this, and it's actually very relevant to what we're doing right now, how Morgana teaches you how to play in Persona 5.
Yeah.
Because he teaches you all that during the story when it becomes relevant.
Okay.
Right. I mean, I guess in a matter of speaking, it's like, I guess going back to, like, when we were fighting off those random mooks or whatnot, I mean, because of the fact that there's this little trick where you can get, like, gather up, like, a shit ton of Deadpool points, like, starting straight from the tutorial level. I did intentionally, you know, not chain any combos or do any counterattacks like what the game was telling me to do quite a few times, just for the sole purpose of getting a high combo and getting some Deadpool points. So, in a matter of speaking, that was on me. So, yeah, I mean, for you, BJ, I apologize, but I had a reason for doing so.
I guess really the best example of what I can really think of for what I personally like is what Breath of the Wild did, where in that game you had all of your abilities to the get-go. Sure, there would be characters that would chime in that would chime in and say, hey, you know, you can do this. You know, so that's good for people who didn't know. And you know, just fine for people who already know and can just completely ignore that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then there's like the battle tips, like, you know, when you go into like in and out of shrines and everything, and they're loading you back into like the world map and everything, they always give you like those extra little tips that you can scroll through, and it's like there's been a bunch of things I've seen like on those tips. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know I could do that.
Well, anyway, that'll pretty much do it for part 1 of Deadpool. So, join us next time when we get into, like, even more, like, actual gameplay as opposed to the tutorial level. We will see you guys then.
Hello, fellow viewer. It's me again, your deadly neighborhood Deadpool. Hey, if you liked what you saw and want to see more of my video game, why wait every Tuesday to see a chunk of it, along with a few nerds doing some long, drawn-out critical video game analysis, along with Mr. Irrelevant Super Smash Bros. Game Fan 1 acting like a little bitch towards the player every now and again throughout this whole damn thing, when you can buy and play my game right now in this very moment in time. No, seriously, my game is currently available on the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and on Steam. Or so I think it is. I mean, granted, the PC version of my game has been rather on and off due to legal issues in the past, but last time I checked, it should still be on PC. Also, if you haven't noticed, and I don't see how you couldn't have noticed, I have a movie out, along with a sequel still in development, and should be coming out later next year. So by all means, order my movie on Blu-ray and DVD. Hey, if Mr. Irrelevant Super Smash Bros. Game Fan 1 can advertise the fuck out of his Super Smash Adventure series and make a buck or two with his Patreon account, then damn it I could do the exact same thing with my video game and movie. Wait, what's that? Wait, hold up, they stopped doing annotations? When did this happen? Early May? Are you shitting me? Oh, come on. You mean to tell me I did this whole shtick and I can't even use annotations to show this stuff off? Fine. I guess I'll just have to resort to transitioning to the end screens. Although at the same time though, I'm sure I'll still be able to put all the links in the description.